Hello, I'm Amanda Slater and I'm the Red Imps Community Trust Gold Member Director on the board of Lincoln City Football Club. I've supported Lincoln City for 33 years now. My first game was in August 1987 at Sincilbank and we beat Dagenham 3-2. 2 goals for Mossman, 1 goal for Hunter, and I was addicted from that point on. My dad was a massive Lincoln City fan and my Uncle H ran the Red Imps Association supporters coaches from Sleaford for many years, so you could probably say that I was born a Lincoln City fan. Well, I originally joined the Trust at its inception and, like many people, I did so to help fight against the threat of administration caused by the collapse of ITV Digital, and I've just stayed a Trust member ever since. And when the club regained its league status in 2017, I was in the fortunate position to be able to join the Gold membership of the Trust and help support the club in that way in this new era. Fast forward a couple of years and my predecessor, Steve Toynton, who'd done an excellent job as a Gold member director for many years, decided to step down from that role to concentrate on his many other roles at the club and in the Trust and at Lincoln City Women now. And I wanted to actively get involved in the Trust because without volunteers, the Trust is limited in the good it can do for the club and the community. So I was convinced to take over the running of the Gold members, and here I am. So I'm currently the Trust Director responsible for running the Gold membership scheme, which includes managing the membership, drafting Gold member specific communications and arranging all of our benefits for members. So this includes organising our meetings 3 times a season where we get to have Q&A sessions with the board and the manager and a special guest. That's usually an ex-player who's a member of the Trust in the Former Players Association. And I also arrange all the members' boardroom visits every season. It's a busy role but an enjoyable one, and the Gold members are a great bunch of people and we have a really great time when we get together. The other part of this role is that I sit on the board of directors of Lincoln City Football Club representing the Trust Gold membership. That obviously involves all the duties of a usual board director in a company, so I keep myself very busy. So the Trust is a mutual society with the objective of supporting both the club and the community that it serves. The Trust itself holds over 1 million shares in the holding company of Lincoln City Football Club and many shares in the football club company itself, and it has 2 directors on the board of Lincoln City Football Club, so acts as a supporter's voice at board level. Things have moved on from the rattling of buckets in the early days, but we still are involved in raising funds to support the football club and the community through events and activities. We've donated to a number of local causes, so recently we've donated to the Sincilbank Food Bank, to a number of local junior football clubs and sponsored matches for our neighbours at Lincoln United. On joining the Trust, supporters have several benefits available to them that they can enjoy, and I'd really encourage people to actively get involved, as the more people we have taking part, the more good we can do as a Trust. So members have access to a monthly draw where they can win £50 worth of club shop vouchers and an annual draw where they can win the price of their season ticket back or a brand new season ticket. We have an online newsletter, Imps, which comes out regularly, and I'd really encourage people to send in articles to get those published in there so we can get the voice of our members. We run various functions, race nights, quiz nights. We had a recent Christmas party for our junior Imps, and members can become actively involved with fundraising, organising events and taking part in some of the many initiatives and projects that we have in the pipeline. It can be really rewarding and it's so much fun. And there is a genuine opportunity to be a director of Lincoln City Football Club as a member of the Trust. Here's the proof. I think my very favourite memory of Lincoln City must still be May the 2nd, 1988, when we were crowned champions of the GM Vauxhall Conference. It was my first taste of real euphoria supporting the Imps, and I think that experience left me wanting more. Of course, I had to wait another 10 years for another promotion after that, but I hung on in there, and I've now experienced 4 promotions and a cup win. I won't mention the 2 relegations. Well, as my husband was born under the shadow of the floodlights of Turf Moor, as he tells me, that was a very interesting day in our household. As Sean's header slipped over the line, I was up and standing on my seat in the David Fishwick stand, sorry Burnley, screaming my head off, whilst my husband was right in my eye line, standing on the long side looking rather shell-shocked. To be fair to him, he took defeat very graciously, which is a good thing as I bring it up very frequently. I think my favourite moment was a couple of months later when my daughter, then aged 4, was playing football with her dad in the garden, and I convinced her to say to him, "You be Tom Heaton and I'll be Sean Raggett." That went down really well. Well, this one's really easy. I absolutely love it. The 94-95 shirt is one of my absolute favourite home shirts, and having something based on that and based obviously on when we had pinstripes back in the 60s was always going to be a winner for me. I'm a big collector of Lincoln City kits, and I have a large number of lovely and not so lovely kits in my collection, but this one is definitely up there with the better ones. I did post a thread a couple of years ago on Twitter of some of the shirts in my collection, so if anybody is mad about Lincoln City shirts like I am, go and look it up. There's some crackers in there, including the purple away shirt that I accidentally dyed the white bits pink on in the wash as a student. If you'd like to learn more about the Red Imps Community Trust, who we are, what we do and how you can get involved, you can visit our website at redimpstrust.co.uk and follow us on our social media channels, including this new YouTube channel. Links to all of those can be found on our website. Well, usually my response to this type of question would be connected to where we finish in the table, but this year's a bit different, isn't it? So my overarching wish for the season ahead is simply for us all to be able to be back together in the ground at some point, watching the team we love romp home to victory. This is going to be another strange season for us all, but we have the best fans in the land, and I know they'll support the Imps however they can until we can all be back together again. Up the Imps.